Hey, it's Ace, welcome back to another Battlefield 6 video. The game is breaking records on Steam with over 500,000 wishlists in just one weekend, which we could maybe contribute to the crazy amount of leaked gameplay that are happening on YouTube over the last couple of days. Can EA and DICE actually capitalize on these wishlists and have the biggest Steam launch for a Battlefield game in history? If you're planning to play Battlefield 6 and are looking for daily videos on that game, I'm your guy, consider subscribing. Thanks. Battlefield 6 has proven to be the gift that keeps on giving. Despite being several weeks away from launch, the reveal trailer that dropped last week had fans hyped, and the social buzz has kept on flowing, keeping Battlefield 6 trending on all popular platforms. Gamers worldwide are refusing to skip a beat, and they've headed to the storefronts everywhere to throw Battlefield 6 at the top of their wishlist. In a recent report published by Alinea Analytics, it was revealed that on Steam alone, Battlefield 6 found a spot on over 500,000 wishlists in a single weekend, which is absolutely bonkers, guys. Now, Battlefield games are relatively new on Steam. I think the first Battlefield game that released on Steam in the same time that it did on Origin was Battlefield 2042, and shortly after they also released all the older Battlefield games on Steam, so Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5, and even Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. The problem is you need to run Steam Launcher and EA Launcher, or back then Origin, to play all of those games. So they were never really popular on Steam, just because of that reason. The fact that there is now over 500,000 people already wishlisting Battlefield 6 after they saw just a little single player reveal and didn't even see a second of gameplay, at least official. They've seen a bunch of leaks, but you know what I mean. They haven't seen the big reveal that's happening in a couple of days. Is crazy. This shows that the attraction of Battlefield 6 has been absolutely humongous over the last couple of months and probably since Battlefield Labs came out. And I'm actually very happy for EA and DICE, well, a little bit less for EA, but more for DICE, that their game is already having so much traction. Now, of course, when you have so much traction on a game, it also puts a lot of pressure on you to deliver a very polished and fun experience. But so far, DICE has been receiving mostly positive feedback about Battlefield 6 all around the world. The Battlefield 6 trailer is also no slouch at over 7.6 million views on YouTube, and that's just on the official channel. If you count re-uploads and syndication, the trailer has probably hit tens of millions of views. So I think now is the perfect time to wrap up our little community poll on a question: how do you feel about Battlefield 6 reveal trailer? At 3.7k votes, 66 comments and 100 likes, 72% of you voted that it was perfect, 21% of you voted that it was mid, 6% said that it looked too much like Call of Duty, and 2% of the people didn't like the trailer at all. I think it's safe to assume that Battlefield 6 is gonna have a huge launch on Steam. Then we also have the EA app, we have Origin Launcher, we have all the consoles Battlefield 6 will have crossplay on, so there might be really tons and tons of players on launch day on Battlefield 6. And since Battlefield 6 is almost certainly going to be a matchmaking game, I think some of the regions which usually struggle with players are not going to struggle with players, at least initially. So Australia and Oceania, Asia, the Middle East, South Africa, and South America, usually the countries that have problems with players a couple of months after launch. I think with this game particularly, they might have players for a very, very long time. By that statement, very long time, I mean maybe like a couple of months. 5 or 6 months would be my guess. Perhaps in that time that the game is going to be very popular and it's going to have a lot of players, maybe EA and DICE are going to put server browser in just to patch up those player numbers as we are heading a little bit more into those quieter months, and we're going to wait for the content updates from the live service model. Now, on July the 31st, we are getting the huge multiplayer reveal of Battlefield 6. Most of the influencers have landed in LA. Here's a photo from the Catwoman. You can see she landed in LA, and that event seems to be going ahead as planned, which is great. I'm not sure yet at which time this is going to be happening. I think we're going to get the details very, very soon. And it seems to be some type of a very long stream. So I think we're going to be able to see really, really huge details about the upcoming open beta. Hopefully, I'm really hoping this is going to be a brand new build and not the Battlefield Labs alpha build that everybody has been showcasing on YouTube over the last couple of days. I'm sure you guys have been bombarded by the YouTube algorithm about all these gameplay videos from, I think it was May the 25th. I want to see something which is, from July 28th. I'm kidding, it's not going to be that, but something from, early July would be something I would like to see. And mostly, I want to see some of the animations polished, maybe the voices. I want to see also the movement animations get fixed, and maybe vehicles also being a little bit touched up as well. These are my wishes for the big event. I'm just letting you know that most of the creators are now there and they're all preparing to do this huge reveal for you guys on July 31st. Moving on, over 15 weapons were showcased in the Battlefield 6 campaign reveal trailer. I haven't covered those yet and I really want to go over them because these weapons will most likely be featured in the multiplayer version as well. We start with M4A1 Carbine, UMP, MPX, and Ace-32. So these are all classic Battlefield weapons. I'm very happy all of those are returning, specifically the M4A1, my favorite carbine from Battlefield 3. And since carbines are going to be open weapons, I'm just going to run this on most of the characters I can, especially if M4A1 is going to be great. Then we have RPK LMG, we have HK417, which is a carbine. I believe this would be a semi-auto sniper like it was in BF3, but they say it's a carbine, so I guess it's a carbine. Then we have G36 returning, SCAR L, M14 EBR, M1014, this is the semi-auto shotgun. From Benelli, we have an MP5, an HK433. Now this is an assault rifle I never heard about, I never seen it before. I'm gonna check it after I'm done with this video, but this is also coming. Then we have the Ultimax 100 LMG. This is, I believe, the starter LMG in Battlefield 4, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but I think on the US side, you start with an Ultimax as a support. Then we have the classic M60. We have SV98, the bolt-action rifle sniper. We have Keltec RFB. I think the Keltec RFB was also featured in Battlefield 4. We also have 84 rocket launcher, AK-205 carbine, M18, and a sledgehammer as a melee. The sledgehammer was leaked months and months ago. You guys can break walls with it in Battlefield 6, soft surfaces, so maybe plywood and doors and windows. I'm not sure if you can like break solid walls. I thought it would be maybe ridiculous if you could, but it seems to be a sledgehammer with the type of sledgehammer you would see as Sledge if you played Rainbow Six Siege and you played as Sledge. It's something like that, at least from the leaks that I have seen about it. I'm very curious to see how the gun meta is going to develop in Battlefield 6. We have closed weapon playlist and open weapon playlist, and then we also have the gunsmith attachment system from Escape from Tarkov, Call of Duty, and Delta Force also creeping into Battlefield 6, and some of the attachments from the gunsmith system, at least in Battlefield Labs, were really insane. There was an attachment which increased your headshot multiplier, and I'm pretty sure that attachment is still in the game. So if that's in the game, I think I'm probably going to be running that on most of my weapons. I generally try to go for headshots when I can, at least in close combat and mid-range, and I think that attachment might be something really for me to increase my time to kill. Either way, I will make a prediction now that Battlefield 6 gun meta is going to be absolutely crazy, way crazier than anything we ever saw in past Battlefield games. Of the weapons that I've talked about, which one are you looking forward to most? I know most people are looking forward to RPK or M60 or the M4A1, but I think some sniper guys might enjoy the SV98. And with that being said, guys, I'm gonna wrap up the video here. My next video is probably gonna be on July then the 31st when they do the big multiplayer trailer reveal. I'm gonna do my reaction the day after and cover the things we might have missed from that trailer reveal. And I'm also gonna try to get snippets from the stream of Battlefield 6, which all the big creators are gonna be doing. Maybe there are some new animations and mechanics and some balanced things we can notice from those snippets. Guys, if you enjoyed watching this video, then leave a like and a comment for the algo. If you were new here and you like the content, then subscribe. I will be going hard in Battlefield 6. Thanks once again. I'll see you on July the 31st. Have a great day. Bye-bye.